Welcome back, everyone. This is Typling. Last time we had defeated our rival and gathered a few more members of our team. Those Pokemon are Prickly, the Nidoran, and Feathers, the Pidgey. And we're going to be heading our way through the Viridian Forest, gathering up another member of our party, and hopefully leveling enough to try and take on Brock. If not, I'll probably do some off-screen leveling or just rant a little bit while walking around beating up Weedles and whatnot. I would have to say that of the themes in the original Pokemon games and their 8-bit soundtrack, the Viridian Forest is one that has definitely stuck with me as a favorite. I know there's a lot of people that don't particularly like it because you're in here for so long during the early part of the game and it's not a particularly pleasant track, but I don't know, I just really like it. Nostalgia. And we got a Kakuna. I was hoping for a Weedle at least. Well, what I was actually hoping for was a Caterpie, but beggars can't be choosers, right? At least we know as a way of upping its defense. I don't think Beedrill itself is particularly defensive. It's a very fast and aggressive Pokemon, so I always thought that sprite was interesting. It looks like it has the Beedrill stingers pointed out like, come and get me. And that does nothing. If it were any other Pokemon, I probably would chuck the ball by now, but I know that Metapon and Kakuna, being evolved Pokemon, they have a higher catch rate, or lower catch rate, whatever it is. Let's see if we got it. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I'm glad I grabbed as many balls as I did. Dang. If we get him, this one might be a keeper. It does not want to stay on that ball. Try and hit it one more time and hope we don't crit. There we go. Almost incapable of moving, this Pokemon can only harden its shell to protect itself from predators. Now what are we gonna name this? Stubborn little thing. Call him Be Gone. Just gotta take him back and heal him up at the Pokemon Center. I'm gonna be throwing him in front so he evolves as soon as possible, because otherwise he's just not gonna be worth anything. Glad that we got a bug type though. Bug types are my favorite. It would have been really cool to get a Pikachu, but I know I would have been sad, especially given how low of a spawn rate Paris is in the Mount Moon, so it would be really unlikely we'd have a bug type on our team. Prickly, switching up for Be Gone. I realized I named him that because it was like he was telling us, Be Gone! But I'm gonna be saying it and thinking Egon from Ghostbusters. He's gonna be the B form of a somewhat antisocial scientist. Go! Be Gone! That's gonna be good. I like it. And... so, we'll see how far I go. I'm hoping to go at least all the way through the forest in this episode. I know I'm up a little bit later than I'd wanted to be. I wasn't expecting that little pop-up there in the corner. I swear, I can't win for losing trying to record these things. First I get crappy audio in episode 1 after recording it like 8 or 9 times, and then episode 2 I forgot to turn off the don't capture the cursor thing and forget which game I'm playing, and now I start up and random pop-up in the middle of my record. Hi, Weedle. Where were you just a moment ago? Well, Be Gone! Well, Prickly will resist his attack, so let's go with that. So glad that poison types can't be poisoned. It's kind of a neat feature. Maybe I'm misremembering things, but I remember there being a hidden Pokeball somewhere around here, or potion or something. I got the antidote from that tree. Or maybe it was an update to Yellow. That's probably what it was. I know in Yellow they had moved some items around, added some items, took some items away, added some Pokemon in different areas so that things weren't completely abysmal. Like, that's why Mankey appears in the same route that the Nidorans do. The remakes, as far as I remember right, kept that. But without that Mankey there, both playing with Pikachu and later on with Charmander going against Brock is just ridiculous. But we're playing old school here, so we get to have that ridiculousness. Even though I'm only this far in the game, I've kind of been looking ahead to if I were to tackle 2nd gen, which Pokemon starter my kids will end up picking for that one. my luck they'll pick Chikorita, which is my favorite starter. But it's the hard mode for that one. Given that both Faulkner and Bugsy have an advantage. Not a bad critical there, Rattata. There we go. So I'm betting by the time I get to the other side of Viridian City, our average level across the board will probably be around 9, which is not bad, but yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do a little bit of training on a couple of my party members to even make it against Brox's level 14 Onyx. I think this will be my last trip down, and then I'll just stop walking through the grasses unless I really need to. I mean, once I get into the forest, I'll definitely do it, but this is just going to make for a much longer video if I'm continuously running back and forth. If the Pokemart would stock potions, we wouldn't have to do this. So, I don't know if I'll have any followers beyond my brother, my wife, and my kids on my channel, but if anybody's interested, I have done a couple of very crumbly recorded product opening videos. I bought a deck of Pokemon cards and a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I decided that I wanted to have at least a deck of each and be able to play around with them, especially since the Pokemon cards can be played online without you having to buy them again. But yeah, I have those videos up there. I'm utilizing my cell phone for so much to try and make these things, and quality definitely is something that's suffering. And I'm not expecting to become anything big. I'm just doing these projects because I want something that feels like I'm having a little bit of a creative outlet that I'm not feeling overly critical about. And walking into it knowing that things are not going to be at peak kind of helps with that. Heck, that's one thing I like about doing these Nuzlocke challenges, is that you kind of walk in knowing that things are not going to be perfect, that you're going to have a tough time doing it, so don't expect an absolute perfect game. But if anybody does, let's take a look at this. I severely apologize for the quality, but at the same time, I'm going to own it, and I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. for being level 6. That was kind of a pitiful critical. Is it me, or has Begone not gained a level, even though we've run into at least 8 different Pokemon? That's including the trainer. It might be a while before we've got ourselves a Beedrill. Man, you keep stepping in my way. Watch where you going, buddy. I think I finally figured out what that spray is supposed to be. I never could understand like what the things sticking out to the side were. I think it's pigtails. Grand revelation 20 years later. I'm sure everyone's sitting there like, how did you not know this? You know you can't jam out if you're a Pokemon trainer. Why not? I like music. I guess he wants to fight over our musical choices here. Throw Prickly out there. Don't you get it? It's not very effective. Learn a new attack. That one's not much better. See, I warned you, Weedle. There you go, Begone. Now you're at the level you're supposed to be a Kakuna. Good job, Prickly. Quick Hitcher, send out Kakuna. Prickly enough, come back. Go, Begone! Kakuna's pretty much just an experienced sponge, so we'll throw feathers out there. If only Gust was a flying type attack. Those missed opportunities. I'm glad they fixed it later. Alright. Figured we were in here for the long haul. Feathers might be picking up the slack. does nothing. Okay, oh. Yeah, he jumped 2 levels there. Ah crap, did we lose sand attack doing that? I sure hope not. I'll look it up later and be sad panda. Level 5. Why couldn't it have just been level 5? Screws, you're gonna eat that bug. But you might die of poisoning. Alright. Okay. It's gotta be another yellow item I'm looking for. I do remember spending a ridiculous amount of time wandering through Viridian Forest and Mount Moon both trying to find all the secret items, and then just giving up after that because screw Rock Tunnel. Nobody wants to wander through the darkness sitting there pressing B, 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 or A, 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 whichever was accept at the time. Ha! Pikachu got to me first, you jerk. It would have been cool if that was our first encounter somehow. Unlikely, but that would have been pretty dang cool. That attack's not as visible as I remember it being. I must have played my Game Boy Pocket with the contrast up a lot higher than most, because I remember being able to see the little lightning bolts on the outside of the flickering circle a lot better. Burn it! Great, Charmander. You got yourself paralyzed. You're gonna have to use crutches until we get to the Pokemon Center. And make sure you fall on that Pikachu. About time you noticed we were here. Hey, wait up! What's the hurry? Pikachu in the way, that's what. Epic wheedle of epicness. And... guess we could try feathers. If he doesn't fare for a bit, we can throw prickly back out. Failed your constitution roll. Continue to be mostly useless and just reducing my speed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And... we have our first death. Oh, feathers. I neglected to pull you back when I should have. My arrogance led to your fate. Now we're going to have to hope we run into Spearow and Pidgey come up after Pewter City. If we get a Spearow, we could trade it for Farfetch'd. Oh, that was unfortunate, though. I wouldn't have minded having a Pidgeot. Let's get ourselves out of here. Run, run, run! Run, 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 run. Well... we made it. We made it to Pewter City. And I thought I was doing a lot better. I really did, but them's the breaks, you know? Let's change our box. Yes. Box 12. We'll deposit feathers. I'll change the box back. That way if for some reason we start getting excess Pokemon, they're not getting mixed up with our dead ones. I'll take a quick look around Pewter City before we end this video, but I do think I'll probably do a little bit of off-screen build-up. Or maybe I'll open up the next episode with a whole bunch of build-up and just kind of ramble on like I seem to know how to do. And then we'll try and hit Brock. The kid with the Sandshrew that stands in front of him. Pretty sure... will that work? So this guy will stop you. He's actually part of a glitch that I've recently learned about that allows you to pass through, kind of clipping through the barriers in the game. Get around, sit. Get around. Bow, bow. Need around a dog. Our Pokemon's an outsider, so it's hard to handle. An outsider is a Pokemon that you get in a trade. It grows fast, but it may ignore an unskilled trainer in battle. If only we had some badges. Would you trade for a Nidoran? I suppose there's actually Nidoran as a trade for a Nidoran, or so. I've got to be remembering something wrong. I'm pretty sure there's some hidden items here in Pewter. Yeah, we got some money. Aerodactyl. Kabutops. He seems very unimpressed. July 20th, 1969, the first lunar landing. I bought a color TV to watch it. Poor, sad sap. I have a space exhibit now. Space shuttle... Oh. I'm sorry. Want a Pikachu, it's so cute. Asked my daddy to catch me one. Daddy looks like he's a martial artist. Yeah, Pikachu, soon, I promise. So, if I remember right, that area that you have to use cut to get to over here, that's where you get the old amber, so you can revive a Aerodactyl. Of course, we'll be getting another fossil from Mount Moon when we get to that point. So I think we need probably more than that. But potions, definitely want. Oh, Dylan, look at your money. You can't afford anything because you just sat there buying things. Okay. Oh, no. So we have to sell. Well, we'll just buy the other two potions and we'll see how we do when we get back. Talk to you, I want to talk to this guy. Shady old man got me to buy this really weird fish Pokemon. It's totally weak and it costs $500. Alright. Well, I'm gonna cut her off here. And next time, either we'll be training up and then facing Brock, or we'll be facing Brock after I do some off-screen training. But I do thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, and have a good one.